Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Sorry I was slightly late if you're watching live, but accuracy is what we want, and there was something I needed to just double check before I did go live. But do not listen to those people who say it's a boring time for Manchester United at the moment, because I am about to disprove that. There is actually a lot to talk about and a lot to be excited about. The calm before the storm, many would call it. But when there's no news, I actually get more excited, which I'll explain to you in a minute. But what I am going to do is going to give you a little bit of a prediction. I think because of this lull, the press, the wider press, they're not getting enough clicks. I guarantee you, 10:30 tonight or maybe tomorrow morning, something big will happen. Not necessarily that it's going to happen, but they need something. They need to generate something. So I suspect Bale back to Manchester United, 100 million for Harry Kane, Dyer, somebody like that, Dele Alli maybe. There'll be some sort of deal that we're not going to do, that they'll chuck out there just to get us all excited, just to generate some interest, because nothing's going on at the moment. But, as I said, I find that very, very exciting. I find it exciting because it is abundantly clear that Jose Mourinho clearly has a transfer surprise in store. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe three. And I was thinking about this today. And yes, you know, maybe it doesn't roll the transfer stories day to day like we've maybe had it for the last few weeks, where there's always something big to talk about. But actually, from a Manchester United perspective, a Manchester United fan perspective, I like this. I like this. Press not got a clue. We're clearly going to do some business. Who's it going to be? I actually like that. They had no idea about Lukaku, and then when it happens, they were all like, nah, they're not in for Morata anymore. They want Lukaku, like they knew all along. They didn't know that. They've been going along with Perisic, but again, another 48 hours goes by and he doesn't sign. Is this another smokescreen? We're going to sign a centre defensive midfielder. Of that, you can be sure. I think we'll probably sign a right back, maybe even a left back. I think we'll sign a full back. So that's 3 already. Will we sign another striker? Who's it going to be? The fact that it is so quiet around Manchester United at the moment, yet we are clearly going to sign at least 2 or maybe 3 players, is very exciting. That's not to mention what I spoke about last night, a potential marquee signing as well. The reality is Manchester United this summer have actually dealt with things very, very well. Lukaku, nobody had any idea about that really. And Lindelof, well, that was the deal that wasn't going to happen. That was the deal that, apparently we're going to sign him in January. Oh, we were going to sign him in January, Mark. You got that one wrong. And then this summer, no one thought we would sign him. And then we did. So it just shows you nobody's really got much of an idea what's happening with Manchester United. Ultra Chlorex Bleach has made a contribution. What a name. He said, thanks for the contribution. He says, Rooney, now Januzaj, good that people are exiting. Yes, that was why I was a little bit late actually, because I did want to mention the fact that Adnan Januzaj is now having his medical at Real Sociedad. And again, you know, I really don't like to celebrate people leaving the club because it's it's not a positive thing to do. I appreciate that, but it is the right thing to do for Manchester United to sell Adnan Januzaj, and it's I've just been sent something that we talked about last night. I'll come to that in a minute. Januzaj, as I said, I spoke about him this morning on the Transfer Daily. It's the right decision that he goes, more so than Rooney, and it was the right decision for Rooney to go. But Januzaj had to go. I was very concerned that we might keep him because Mourinho, you know, he had his chances under Van Gaal, but I thought, will Mourinho keep him? But Mourinho's a brilliant manager, and you know what? There won't be a lot said about Januzaj, but actually, it's just another piece of brilliant managing by Mourinho to get rid of him. He clearly has found out what a lot of United fans know, that this lad is not worth the effort anymore. He was given a lot of opportunities, and he could never rekindle that form from before. So very happy that he's gone, and it's another space out of the squad gone, just like Rooney, just like Zlatan. So we've brought 2 in, and we've let 3 go. So, you know, the squad's starting to balance up a bit. I think we need to sell a centre-back. Maybe that won't happen until, you know, August. Mourinho tend to be buy first, sell later. So it's good that we've got 2 out of the door. And Januzaj was on quite good money as well. So that's good to get him off the books. But, you know, that's by the by. So I'm very happy that he's gone. I just must mention as well that we have actually signed somebody. And yet again, it's a 16-year-old. Milan Bears. He was at Ajax, decided to leave Ajax in January, but couldn't sign for Manchester United till the summer. He's tweeted or Instagrammed something out that he's coming to United. Another 16-year-old. And this is the thing, Mourinho apparently doesn't like the youth. Well, why the hell are we signing so many young players? I'll tell you why, because the transfer market is getting sillier and sillier and sillier. You get Rodriguez to Bayern Munich, who they can buy him after the loan for about 35 million. But Everton are spending 45 million on Sigurdsson. It just shows you how inflated the prices are if you are a Premier League club. And Manchester United are clearly changing tact and trying to buy very talented young players so that in 3 or 4 years' time, you know, hopefully Pogba's still here, Rashford, Martial, Pereira, Fosu Mensah, Twansibi, 4 years older, they become the more experienced players, and then all these young lads start to come through. It's a very exciting future. And I tweeted out before, my pace is quick tonight, I need to slow it down, I want to take some of your questions, but I tweeted this out before. A decent squad that's together and happy is worth 10 points a season at least. Looking at Manchester United training these last few nights, we're 10 points clear already. The camaraderie and happiness within that squad, considering Zlatan's gone, Rooney, the club captain's gone, and I think the players and Mourinho, you know, it's thanks Wayne Rooney, you've been an absolute legend, but this is a new page. This is a new page. And Mourinho has clearly got that across to the squad. You know, you lose someone like Roy Keane, Cantona. I remember when Cantona went. I remember when Keane went and Ronaldo went, and it was a lull. It was depressing. It was like, oh my God. But with Rooney, and I'm not disrespecting Rooney here, but the way, again, Mourinho deserves more credit because the way he's turned this into a positive and gone, yes, Wayne Rooney is a Manchester United legend. He's been he's going back to his boyhood club now. That's nice for Rooney, and it's nice for United because we're going to, you know, we're starting something now, and let's all be part of it. And everyone seems very, very together, and I'm very excited. I'm not going to. Well, I am going to make predictions that we're going to win the league because Mourinho wins the league in his first 2 years, so I can't move away from that. But we still need some more signings. What those signings are going to be, I want to talk about that a little bit. I just saw we need Fabinho from Wade. We do need Fabinho. We definitely do need Fabinho at Manchester United. Eric Dyer, somebody quite close to Spurs, has come out and said there is no way that Manchester United will be getting Eric Dyer. Spurs don't want to sell him and there's been no bids for him. Matic apparently wants to come to Manchester United. I fear Chelsea might let us have Matic because they'll know Manchester United fans don't want him and they will probably pick up on that and feel, you know what, they don't want him, let him have him. They're still after Bakayoko, so why would they keep Matic? I don't think they'll hold a grudge about Lukaku. I think they'll let us have Matic, and I think that will weaken us this summer because as good as Matic is, we need someone with a bit of pace in there. As I said last night, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I have got no confidence that he sees Fosu Mensah as a midfielder for Manchester United this year. You look at every squad that Manchester United pick Fosu Mensah. You look at every lineup that comes out that Fosu Mensah is part of. He's always amongst the defenders, and that's clear that Mourinho sees him as a right back. He was using Twansibi as a centre defensive midfielder ahead of Fosu Mensah in that last game of the season. I think we all see Fosu Mensah as a centre defensive midfielder because I think that's his best position, but Mourinho clearly doesn't at the moment. So where do we get that tenacity? Where do we get that pace in the midfield that we need to complement Pogba and Herrera? We're not going to get it from Carrick, we're not going to get it from Fellaini, and we're not going to get it from Matic. So who are we after? Is it just Matic? Are we thinking about Renato Sanchez on loan from Bayern Munich? Is there any hope of Nainggolan, or is that a pipe dream? I don't think we're in for Fabinho. I would love Fabinho at Manchester United, but I don't think we're in for him because I think it's such an easy deal to do. What's going on? Why is it taking so long? Are we trying to drive a harder bargain because we know that they won't sell to PSG? Midfield, I don't know. I don't know, and it genuinely excites me, and it should excite you because the press haven't got a clue. They haven't got a clue. They really haven't got a clue, and we don't have a clue, so it's exciting. We're surely going to sign a centre defensive midfielder. I think we need to sign 2 midfielders. I've said that consistently. And the wide position, is it going to be Perisic? I mean, the longer the Perisic deal goes on, I just feel that it's so obvious. It's too obvious. When something's that obvious, you almost think it's not going to happen. And everything suggests, oh yeah, we're going to sign Ivan Perisic in the next 48 hours. But the 48 hours come and go. You know, I don't know. I'd be happy to welcome him, but I just don't know. But if we don't get Perisic, as I keep saying, who are we going to get? People can say Felipe Anderson, they can say Moura at PSG, they can mention Draxler, they can mention whoever they like, but whatever your fear is about Perisic, the reality is he's very two-footed. It's hard to tell which his strongest foot is. He's very hard-working. He's tall for a quick winger, and he's skillful, and I think he would bring a lot to Manchester United. And I don't see it as something that's going to hinder Anthony Martial. I think what Mourinho, you look at that US tour squad as we did at the weekend, and it is overrun with centre-backs and defenders. But once you hit the midfield and the attack, it's a little bit lightweight. And I think we need numbers in there, because I'm all for competition, really am. What bothered me last year is we had a lot of players that I just didn't think were good enough competition. You know, Rooney, Lingard, and we started the season with Memphis again, who just didn't offer us enough. So I don't know who we're going to sign at the moment. I do feel that there'll be a marquee signing. I keep hearing little things about Alexis Sanchez, and I don't believe it. And I would, you know what, if we signed Alexis Sanchez, it would be brilliant on so many levels. So many levels. I think it would be very similar to the Van Persie signing, because he's 29 in December. It would kill Arsenal fans, which would be very, very funny. We'd have a good old laugh at that. But I don't think it will happen, because with Van Persie, he wanted to come and play for Sir Alex Ferguson. Manchester United was where he wanted to go, because he wanted to win things, and he did it. And Arsenal paid the price for that, and they got mugged off. I think they would resist as selling to Manchester United, even if Alexis Sanchez wanted to come to Manchester United. But this is a player who played under Pep Guardiola and has always spoken well of Pep Guardiola. And I think if he was going to go to anywhere, it would be Manchester City. So I'd rather he probably just stayed at Arsenal, because they're not going to do anything good next year. Yeah, so it is very, very interesting. Bakayoko, look, if we signed Bakayoko, I'd rather have Bakayoko than Matic, I must admit. And I would trust Mourinho on it. As much as I think Bakayoko is not that good, if Mourinho thinks he can get something out of him, much like Lukaku, I would trust him on that. Something else I wanted to talk for you. Yes, I wanted to talk very quickly, and then I'm going to take some of your comments. Right backs just seem to be coming into the equation a little bit more and more lately. Nelson Semedo from Benfica is somebody that we've been linked to a lot. Serge, and I always get his surname wrong. Is it PSG? Serge Aurier, I don't know. Tell me how you say it. I'm rubbish with names. But PSG, he's a right back. I've heard hints that we might want to push Valencia further forward, so we could have a right back in there. We always seem to be linked to a right back, even though we've got Valencia, which I find quite interesting, when Valencia last season was comfortably the best right back in the league, and Mourinho even said the world. So I don't know why he'd look to move Valencia from that position. I think a left back's probably more sense, unless we are now going to keep Darmian. And as much as I like Darmian, I look at Manchester United and I look at Daley Blind, and I think, well, Daley Blind can play left back as well as Darmian can. You've got Luke Shaw. I like Darmian, but let's cash in on him now and send him back to Serie A, where I think he wants to go, because I know Mourinho likes him, but he's a very workman-like fullback, and I think I'd like to see a little bit more from our fullback. Somebody who's a bit more cultured on the ball. Daley Blind's got a wand of a left foot, and I say that because I was saying about Rodriguez, and Luke Shaw going forward is very good. So I wouldn't have a problem with Darmian going, if I'm totally honest. I don't know what you lot think. And Perisic, there's something on here from it's quite a while ago. Perisic doesn't want Manchester United for the money. It's more than that. He wants to come and play for Mourinho. That's quite old news, to be honest. And a lot of people talking about Alexis Sanchez. I think Alexis Sanchez is a bit like the Ronaldo story a couple of weeks ago. We're all getting a bit excited about it, because anything can happen. But we'll wait and see. I would like to see it happen. Of course I would. Of course I would. Okay, I don't need to read that. I'm going to come to your live comments now. I just have a couple of things that have been sent to me. And yeah, Januzaj's gone on a 5-year deal, for those who weren't sure about that. So let's come in. Well, tell you what as well, don't forget to drop a like on the video. We had Rodney on last night. He had 5,500 people watching. I've nearly got 5,000 on my own, which I'm quite humbled by, because Rodney is a hard act to follow, and to get 5,000 of you is fantastic. Nearly. Let's see if we can get 1,000 likes. Also, what was something I was going to say? I was going to say something. Oh, yes. If you are American, yes, if you're American, I'm not going to have a go at you back, Donald Trump, don't worry. If you are American and you are going to any of the Manchester United games on the US tour, whether it's LA Galaxy on Saturday, Real Salt Lake, Man City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, I don't know why I'm talking like that. If you're going to any of those games and you've got a mobile phone and you fancy doing an ad hoc sort of match review after for a couple of minutes, feel free to do so. Email us soccerboxtv@gmail.com, soccerboxtv@gmail.com, or send me a direct message on Twitter at Mark Goldbridge, and we'll tell you, sort of what to do and where to send it, and we'll get them up on the video on the channel for you on well, if you're going on Saturday, on Sunday. So yeah, if you are going, that's great. Rupin's going to the City game. Well, there you go. Noah's American, which is great. Mike D's made a contribution. He says it's Aurier. Keep up the good work, Mark. Aurier. There we go. So as long as I don't call him an Oreo, it's Aurier. I wasn't trying to be American, Stephen. And Januzaj will always have love for Manchester United, says the real N. Well, he said the right things. Somebody just said Mbappe there. Let's just remember, if Manchester United sign Mbappe this summer, I will be right. Because I've said all summer, if you're asking me who I think the marquee signing will be, it is Mbappe. I'm not basing it on anything. I just think it will be Mbappe. So if he does sign, I want a little bit of credit because I don't get much. Sign for Bino and Sanchez, not Dyer or Perisic, says Mohamed Hafiji. And if we sign Sanchez, we will do the clean sweep. Annoy Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City and Real Madrid in one transfer window, says Ryan Bakewell. You know what, I do hope, and I don't know how you all feel, but I do sort of hope that we go out and spend 100 million on somebody. I really do. And the reason I say that is because I think it would just make everybody sit down. I really enjoy the fact that we've signed Lukaku, but we can afford to do it, and we can do it, and I think we should do it, and I think it would make everybody sit up and make notice. And the great thing is, I don't think United are doing themselves any harm at the moment with the happiness that's around the squad. And yeah, we can all knock Lingard and say he's a bit of a cheerleader, but everyone needs a cheerleader, and everyone looks happy at Manchester United at the moment. I don't want to take a pop at Rooney at all, and I'm certainly not. But maybe these aren't the right words, but it feels, when I'm looking at United now, it feels like a shadow has sort of been removed from Manchester United. Rooney's the club captain. He's clearly been on the decline for a couple of years, and it has been a little bit of a chain round our neck, really. Not in a negative way, but he's always been part of it. I think now that's gone, and they've had to turn the page on this legend of Manchester United and start a new one. You see people like Pogba, who suddenly becomes very important. I can't wait to see Ander Herrera with the captain's armband. I don't know about you, but Carrick as club captain is not going to play every week. So Herrera as vice captain, as the captain for most weeks, is going to be really, really exciting. And people like Mata, and he gets it, and I think it's a really exciting time. So if we can add to what we've got now, of course we need a centre defensive midfielder, of course we need a wide man, maybe we need a fullback. But if we could just chuck somebody in there, an absolute star signing. I don't even care where they play, whether it's a forward, a number 10 or a winger, whether it's a Bale, a Dybala, an Mbappe, somebody like that. £100 million, boom. And I know people say, oh, you're just buying success, but what we're actually trying to do is recover from 3 years, well, nearly 4 years, because Mourinho's season last year was tilting on the edge. So 4 years of real mediocrity and poor play at times. And we're trying to recover from that very quickly. And Mourinho's doing a great job. So why should we just have Pogba as our superstar? If there's somebody out there, let's go and get them. Let's go and frighten the opposition. Because I think there's a lot of exuberance and excitement around Manchester United at the moment. I can't wait. I can't believe that we've got our first game on Saturday night. I'm really excited about it. And then it's going to kick off and we go into that league and you look at the first few games of the season and you think, they're all winnable. If we get this confidence and we get Lukaku scoring and Pogba develops from last year and Mkhitaryan and Martial and Rashford have a better year than last year and Herrera really grabs hold of that captaincy in the team, Lindelof comes in, Bay builds on last season, De Gea's still in goal. There's a lot to be positive about, and I genuinely cannot wait to get started. And I tell you what, if we can just add that cherry on the top, I'm not saying we're going to do it, but if we can add that cherry on that top of that cake, that superstar, then I think they've got such a great cake underneath them. I'll have a bite of it. Fantastic. Really, really excited. I must just imagine. I must just remind, we will be doing a watch along for all of the US Tour games, as we do for all Manchester United games. So we'll be live on early hours of Sunday morning. It's a 3 a.m. kickoff in the UK. So we're gonna get to feel what it's like for all those Asian and American fans when it's during the season and it's a 3 o'clock kickoff and they're all saying, hello, I'm watching from India, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and we all go, Yeah, well done. That's real Manchester United support, which it is, but we're thinking in the back of our heads, God, that is some dedication, that is. And they were doing it under Van Gaal. Well, we're all going to be doing it at the weekend, so we're going to get to see what it's like. But I'm really excited. We'll be live from about 2:30 in the morning with the team news, and then right the way through till full time. So really, really excited about it. And I can't wait. I really, really can't wait. Soccer fan says, mention MUFC Insider and work with him. I've got to be honest with you. I'm not disrespecting that person because I don't follow them. But my theory on people on Twitter who hide behind names like MUFC agents and stuff like that, and I don't know whether that is a Twitter account, by the way. If you're somebody who's in the know, you're not going to live on Twitter under a fake name or a pseudonym. If you are somebody on Twitter under a pseudonym putting out tweets about transfers, I'm sorry, you're a fraud, you're a fake. I really think you are, because if you were genuine, you'd have a real career in journalism and you'd be building the respect of these sources and not disclosing it under pseudonyms. I think most people who've done it, and there was that Spanish one at the start of the summer, was it Liam Rodriguez or something like that, outed as a total fake. There's been plenty of them over the years, so I don't take any notice of them, and that's not disrespectful to them, although I suppose it is, but actually I don't believe people who are hiding under pseudonyms giving transfer news about Manchester United out. And you want to know why I really don't? Because people who aren't hiding behind pseudonyms giving out Manchester United transfer news, people who are credible, haven't got a clue either. I mean, this has been the summer so far where Di Marzio's been off. He's not been spot on at all. He said, Perisic has got to happen because he said it was going to happen. Fabinho, he said we'd bid for a few weeks ago. There was somebody else, Mbappe, obviously. I mean, the Mbappe one doesn't mean we weren't in for him, but he said we were obsessed with him, which is why I sort of think Mbappe. Nainggolan, he's mentioned about him. So he's not actually had one yet, Di Marzio. Neil Custis has been the one who's been spot on so far. He said Lukaku, he said Rooney days before, and he said the captaincy. So he's done really well. But no, I don't follow people on Twitter, and I certainly don't. I think as soon as somebody starts saying 5 PM and I've got some big Manchester United news. I mean, if you've got any news, just put it out. Why say 5 PM? It's so indie that, yeah, I think there's a lot of people who get a lot of follows over the summer by making up fake accounts where they just have a look around the Daily Star and go, well, let's put that out. And what they do then is, a couple of days later, when they know that's not true, they delete that tweet. Dab for Januzaj leaving. You know what? I wouldn't even dab for Fellaini leaving now. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't think Fellaini is going to leave, but if he'd left last summer or the summer before, I probably would have been dancing. I still would like Fellaini to leave Manchester United, but I'm not bothered if he doesn't, let's be honest. I'm not bothered if he doesn't. I don't really still like him in a Manchester United shirt, but I don't really have any problems with him anymore. And I think, again, that's that harmony. I'd never love him. I know Mourinho said he's going to make United fans love Fellaini. That was too far. But I'd have a drink with him, just the one, and then I'm going home. But I'd have a drink with him. Pro clubs. I haven't played FIFA for ages, mate. It's just too busy this summer. Too busy. It will die down a bit in September, and then we can bring the FIFA back. Maybe for FIFA 18, we'll bring a career mode back. But it's so busy over the summer. So busy. What do you think of Wanyama, Mark? Is the best proven? Is the beast? I don't know what you're saying there, Tasso Golgos. But I like Wanyama. I like Kante. I think that's the sort of midfielder that Manchester United need. Tenacious, quick, etc. Mourinho can make Krawczyk a centre defensive midfield monster. Don't you agree? Says Saw Carey. I probably got his name wrong again. I know who you mean about. Tommy Mason, have you received your silver play button from YouTube yet? No. As soon as we do, I will let you know. Apparently, you have to sometimes wait a few weeks. I did ask them about it because it will be yours to share, although it'll be on my mantelpiece. Mark, I personally want Muller to be our number 10. Yeah, Tonio. A few people have mentioned Thomas Muller to us this last couple of days because obviously Rodriguez has gone to Bayern Munich. I'd be surprised if we signed Muller. I wouldn't mind Muller, to be honest. I think he'd work quite well in the Premier League. But I think we offered 80 million for him a couple of years ago under Van Gaal. And Bayern Munich wouldn't sell him. I don't know whether he's somebody that Mourinho would want. If Van Gaal was still the manager, I'd be like, yeah, we can do that. I don't know whether he's necessarily somebody that Mourinho would want. We'll have to wait and see. The truth is, nobody knows. You can put any name out there at the moment, but nobody knows. They'll all they'll all jump on it and say they did know because they've thrown so many names around. But the reality is nobody knows at the moment. Pro Rip says, what's the featured song on Manchester United Transfer Daily tomorrow? I've been banned. There was a couple of comments this morning saying that if I sing any more, they're going to unsubscribe. So, you know what? If you want me to sing more, you're going to have to get in the comments and start a war. You know, you're going to have to battle it out amongst yourselves. But at the moment, my singing days are over because I've been told they don't like it. So, for all those who don't know what I'm on about, you need to watch Transfer Daily the last couple of days. Which reminds me, I've got something different planned for you tomorrow for Transfer Daily. It won't be at 7 AM. Just for tomorrow morning, it won't be at 7 AM. It will be at about 7:45. Yeah, about 7:45 tomorrow morning. It will be live and it will be on my phone. So keep an eye on the United Stand at about 7:45 tomorrow. We'll watch it later if you're not going to be up or you're already in work. 7:45 tomorrow will be my Transfer Daily show. I'm doing it on my phone. You've never seen this before, and you need to follow us on Twitter to get the link, or you need to be a subscriber, bottom right hand corner, and make sure you click the bell so you get a notification when we go live. But something a little bit different tomorrow. You've got to mix it up. You've got to mix it up a little bit. Sing. I had a great Oasis song planned for tomorrow as well. I'm very disappointed. Make a straw poll for the songs. I played against Wanyama when we were in high school, says Ian Crancher. Can we please go and buy Ross Barkley, says Anthony Cano. I don't mind us signing Ross Barkley, to be honest. I think we need numbers in the midfield. I'd be happy with Barkley or Sanchez. I've heard he's going to Spurs, though. The thing is, though, Spurs buy a lot of good young players. And if they get Ross Barkley, I think he'll do very well there. Eric Torrishon is going to the game against Galaxy. Eric, I don't know whether you heard me before. If you want to do as a little match review, couple of minutes afterwards on your phone, maybe in the ground or just outside the ground with it in the background, get in contact with us, soccerboxtv@gmail.com, and we'll tell you what to do. We did get a new logo. Yes, we did. I'll put it up for you now. Logo. There we go. You can see it's just going past on the screen. Drawty's just changed the colours slightly. He said it was too dark red and he wanted to be more vibrant. People need to take a chill pill, Mark, says Andrew Ellis. In general or in relation to anything? There is a buyback clause in Januzaj's contract, says Imad. He's going to have to go some. He's going to have to go some to get bought back. Very similar to Memphis. I don't see him coming back. Somebody there saying they still feel that Fabinho will come because of the comments made by Dimarzio. I hope so. I really do. I'd love to get Fabinho. And I'm going to the Barca game, says D-Style. Same thing. It's a great opportunity for our American cousins, or you might not be American, you might be going over to the game, to be the stars of the show for the game. I mean, if you're at games in the UK, you're going to get that chance this season on the United Stand, but our first opportunity will be going to our American cousins to be on the United Stands after the game, at the game, giving us a bit of footage. I'm more than happy on the watch along if you've got good enough internet connection. We'll even try and Skype you at half time if you're in the ground. So I don't know how it works in America, but it's not very good here. But we're more than happy to do that as well. Fabinho is quality, Matic is crap. Fortune again is there. And Indy Tagger says Fabinho and Mbappe to sign. We'll be very happy with that. Secret signing Harry Kane, says Pedro. Look, Pedro, maybe in a couple of weeks people will look back at that and say, Pedro, you're a star. I'm not convinced we'll be getting Harry Kane, but 120 million signing, we've already got Lukaku. We don't need Kane, I've just realised. Having a quick look to see. It has gone very quiet there, hasn't it? And I think it's gone quiet because of us going on the tour, which is what I said a week ago. I knew we got Lukaku done, but I didn't feel it was enough. We got one deal done in a month after Lindelof, and I didn't think it was enough. I didn't think it was enough. And I still think we need to get some business done, but it's very difficult when in LA it is currently 9 o'clock in the morning. Obviously deals can be done in the UK, but I just don't know how United are going to... I think most of United's transfer business will be done after you know, it's not 9 o'clock in the morning in LA at all. I don't know what I'm on about. It's 1 o'clock, isn't it? It's lunchtime. But But yeah, I don't know. It just feels, because when we're awake in the day, United are asleep in LA. I know Woodward's still in the UK, but it just doesn't feel as vibrant as it did when they were back in the UK. I don't know. Maybe it's a psychological block. I don't know. I know that Perisic is going to China next week, so if we want to sign him, we need to get that done quickly. Maybe Perisic will be the next signing. I don't know. But the positives are that the squad's very, very happy. Januzaj and Rooney have gone and they needed to go, whether you like that or not. The cold, harsh truth is they did. We've got Lukaku in. We've got a very young but experienced young squad. And I think we will make more signings. But I do agree with a lot of people. We're at a tipping point in relation to these transfers. Lindelof and Lukaku are good signings, but they're only good signings if the next 2 or 3 are as good. You go and sign, I don't know, you go and sign Perisic and Matic, and suddenly it's not as good as transfer window. You go and sign Fabinho and Mbappe, and you add that to Lukaku and Lindelof, and you suddenly go, that transfer window is arguably as good as last year. So lots and lots to wait and see about. I'm very excited about it, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Tyrone Williams says Christian Pulisic would have been a huge deal for United, as he would sell thousands of shirts in the States. I do hope that he does come to United one day. Very skillful player. I just think he's probably a year off any big club going for him. But I would like to see him come, because, football is about marketing now, and I think having an American superstar in a Manchester United shirt would be fantastic. But we ignored that with Rodriguez. As I say, Rodriguez is a massive global star, and Bayern Munich have got him now. So that, Bayern Munich are a big club, and they're going to get a lot of endorsements and shirts sold and all that jazz through Rodriguez. But clearly we weren't in for him, because and I don't want to do a whole show on this, but I will add it towards the end here. Again, George Mendes, Mourinho's agent, what has he done for us? What has he done for us? I did a video when we got Mourinho saying we did a top 5 George Mendes clients. Rodriguez was in there, Gomez, Ronaldo, Fabinho. The list went on, and I thought, I predicted we'd sign at least 2. We still, a year later, haven't signed any of his clients. They're all pretty much Mini Raiola's clients, and maybe there is some truth in the fact that George Mendes can't stand Ed Woodward because of the De Gea collapse. And obviously De Gea is one of George Mendes' clients, but he's certainly done United no favours. Another player just bites the dust. I'm umming a lot. Perisic for $60 million or Dyer for $40 million or euros, says Rude9 the Master. I'd go Perisic over Eric Dyer, to be honest. Yeah. I'd go Eric Dyer over Matic, but I'd go Fabinho and Nainggolan over the pair of them any day of the week and Sunday. 1 minute. Hello? Yeah, I'm live at the moment. No, it's alright. It's alright, everybody. I've just got up on a live stream to go to my kitchen to get the phone because Drawty's ringing me. So I'm thinking, big transfer news. And he just said, oh shit. So clearly you haven't got any big... Just make something up. What? Bale? Neymar? Double signing? I'll speak to you in a minute. Oh. Alright, mate. Cheers, pal. Bye-bye. It was worth getting up for, and everybody's still watching. It was worth getting up for because he has phoned me on streams before to tell me something. Nothing to say. He obviously didn't realise I was still live. Dr. Saul, thanks for the contribution. Steve Shallorn, thank you for the contribution. He says, what about Borthwick Jackson or James Wilson? Neither on the US tour. Both probably going to get released. Vince Chapman says, can Valencia become our CDM because he can't cross? Valencia in the midfield would be a great shout, but Mourinho's never played him there, so I can't see it happening. We've done that one. Yeah, we've done all of those. So let me come back to you on the live comments. That 40 minutes is whizzed by, hasn't it? It's all good fun on the United stand. People think there's nothing to report, but there clearly is. I think it's the most exciting time when the press don't know what's going on. However, I would, as I predicted to you before, I still do think that there will be the press will announce something tonight, probably about 10:30 or early tomorrow morning, to say United are in for bail or something, because they need to sell papers at the moment. Thanks everybody for watching. We very, very nearly hit 1,000 likes. We're not going to quite do it, I don't think. But thanks everyone who's watched tonight. Loads of you watching again. Didn't quite hit the 5,500 that Rodney had. Don't know where those other 1,000 people are. Judas's. But I will be live tomorrow morning at 7:45. It won't be the normal 7 AM show because I'm going to try something new tomorrow. So I want to know what you think about it, whether you watch it live or not. 7:45 AM. We'll just go live, so make sure you've subscribed and you've hit that bell so you get the notification, or make sure you're following us at United Stand MUFC so you can get the link. Be live at 7:45 tomorrow morning. Looking forward to that. We'll go live later on if anything big, genuine happens, but if not, back tomorrow morning. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget, tomorrow night at 8:30 it's the Skype show as well, so we'll be taking your calls. I think we need your input at the moment. It's gone a little bit quiet. I'm excited by that, but I want to know what you lot think as well. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll speak to you all later, and have a very good evening, and thanks for everybody who's watched live, and thanks for everybody who's watching not live, because you're all part of it, and we're a day closer to Manchester United's first game. Cannot wait for that watch along on Saturday night. Thanks for watching.